Oh, well, we're outside one of the conference areas now, and I'm being joined by David Pounds, Chief Executive of a very famous company, Electric Sky. And looking in their brochure, they've got a whole back page dedicated to some of the 3D productions that are coming out. Is this the first year that you've been pushing some of your 3D products at MIP?
No, we first came to MIP with 3D last MIP, but we've seen a distinct increase this market this year, particularly from last autumn's MIPCOM. Much more interest in 3D here from networks and VOD platforms in particular, and also a lot of 3D being presented here. Increase, I suspect, is in a sort of area of about a year ago. There would have been about 10 outlets, commercial outlets for 3D in television broadcast in particular. And now one would, an assessment that would be it's more near to 65, 70 outlets. So it has grown considerably. The question is how much will grow from there, so to speak.
I'm sure you probably can't answer any of this, but who have you been talking to during this MIP, and can you share any deals that you've struck up so far on your 3D catalogue?
To talk about deals a little bit early, but we have spoken to Sky, obviously, Sky 3D in the UK, Sky Italia 3D, Orange in France, Sky Germany for 3D. There are also platforms we're talking to in Russia, in Poland, in Canada, Korea, Japan. Yeah.
Korea is, I've really taken from MIP this year, a huge market for 3D, isn't it? I mean, even the government over there actually helps finance some of this.
That's right.
Are you with your productions? I've just, as I said, I've seen some of these productions that I can imagine would translate really well in overseas markets. So you're always aware that you have to be very open and broad with your 3D content right now, in terms of being able to change the narrative. And
Absolutely. We're really in a process at the moment of collaboration and partnership as much as we can with anyone who's really interested in 3D globally, and Korea definitely is a territory that has really stuck their neck out into the 3D world, and we're having discussions with them and want to continue to have discussions with them about funding and indeed buying 3D.
How does it work then as a distributor? I know you produce your own content as well, you're producing 3D as well, but in the distribution angle of things, I spoke to somebody yesterday and he said that it's great for 3D producers because the distributors take the risk right now. The producers just can produce something and they don't have to worry about it, and you pay for it or whatever. Is that true? Is that how it works? You pay for the content and then sell it on, or do you take the risk with 3D?
In some cases, yes. I think if we think the title has real sales potential internationally, we will help in some way with the funding of that title. We can't fund it completely, but we can help in some funding. And yes, whether it's 3D or 2D, that's the job of a distributor is often to help. Often bring in the last financing in projects, the deficits that remain, so you can actually get the thing to green light and then into market. That's part of our job. So we're doing exactly that same sort of process with 3D.
Sure. Yeah. Right. Well, thank you so much, David, and all the best for the rest of the conference. Thank you.
Cheers.